What's up, everybody? Crypto Hedge here with another important update. A lot of content to get through today, and I'm just super excited because a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about is just really important, and it's stuff to get updated on. So let us get started. I want to jump right into this stuff. I've been doing a little bit of research and whatnot, keeping updated, and I want to get you guys on the same page. Man, I'm just so excited right now. A lot of the stuff that I've been saying all along is coming into, blossom. It's progressing quite well. A lot of crazy stuff with Bitcoin, a lot of crazy stuff with Litecoin, and it's just growing. So let me go ahead and screen share with you guys so that we can get started. Thank you guys again for the support. My channel has been blowing up. I've been getting unbelievable amounts of subscribers and everything. Actually, I wasn't logged in. I usually always have the YouTube logged in on my computer, and I just been blowing up with comments and whatnot, which is pretty awesome. So thank you guys. And if you haven't already and you're tuning in, make sure to check out some of my other videos. A lot of good content on them. Like this video, chat in the chat box. I always watch your guys' comments and whatnot. And if you guys have questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But we're going to get started here and keep things moving. So hold on one second. All right, I believe you guys can see the screen share now. Yep, you guys can see that. All righty. Let's get started. All right, so there's been a lot of things going around right now with Bitcoin. Crazy stuff. We've seen, let's go over to Coinigy right now. We see a double bottom, almost a triple bottom. It looks like it's breaking out a little bit with Bitcoin. It could potentially take another run, but like I said, there's a lot of speculation, rumor, the fear is growing. I'm almost 100% positive going to be a hard fork this coming August 1st, which will be splitting Bitcoin into two separate coins, which is a major fear factor. But there's some really good stuff. Oh man, I can't wait to get to it, but I want to go through everything very in detail. So if we look over here, this is Charlie Lee's Twitter. And we're going to go over ICOs as well. But right here, Charlie saying it himself, the Bitcoin hard fork is very likely to happen on August 1st. You're hearing it from the man himself. I've been saying this all along with Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee is the man with a plan. He is the biggest face in cryptocurrencies. I can't stress that enough to you guys. People look at Vitalik Buterin and these random people, but Charlie Lee is the man. Period. Exclamation point. But right here we can see it's inevitable. It's imminent. This, even Charlie Lee, people are not aware that the Bitcoin hard fork is very likely to happen August 1st. BIP91 was just a cushion. It was like a security blanket for Bitcoin. But I'm going to get to some of the most important things, and I'm going to jump right into it right now because I'm probably going to rant for a quick minute about it. But as we can see with Litecoin, Bitcoin is really the most utilized currency. It's the biggest cryptocurrency to be using with payments and transactions. Now, is that the case right now? Not so much. It's actually declining. And the reason why it's declining with businesses that accept Bitcoin is because of the fear and the fact that a hard fork is basically inevitable. It's going to happen. Whether it's August 1st or not, I'm telling you myself, my personal opinion, and even you can see for yourself, it's imminent. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This hard fork is going to blossom, and we're going to have two separate coins. And there's just so much stress and fear and chaos in the Bitcoin community, and they're really bringing a lot of these things upon themselves, which is not good. It's a really toxic environment. And as you guys have seen, if you guys have Litecoin, if you don't have Litecoin, or if you've been on the subreddit for Litecoin, you've seen how comfortable it is, how calm it is. It's really collected on the Litecoin platform and the community. It's a lot happier there, and it's a lot more reasonable. Everything aims towards Litecoin as the answer and not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like its own worst enemy right now, and it's drinking its own medicine. It's pretty terrible to see. But as you can see right here, this is a company, is a chemical company, and they are saying that they have added Litecoin as an option of payment. And they're saying they're advocating that Litecoin is very similar to Bitcoin and has a lot of advantages. They're saying nothing but good things about Litecoin. And the reason why people companies or people that take payment in Bitcoin are turning over to taking Litecoin is because of the fear growing, the hard fork that's imminent, all these things that are coming into place. People are fearful. They don't want to take Bitcoin. They don't want to take a currency that can potentially split in value and such things as that. So people are less likely or turning over to an alternative currency, which there's all sorts of alternative currencies, but they're choosing Litecoin time after time again, instead of any other altcoin that could be reasonable. Even Monero, we're seeing Litecoin as the winner right here. Important notice update from Torguard. It's a VPN provider. I don't use this specific VPN provider. I do have a VPN, but this is just one of them. And they're saying right here on the important notice, tired of high Bitcoin transaction fees? Pay with Litecoin and save an additional 10% on checkout. Save an additional 10% on checkout if you use Litecoin over Bitcoin. That's incredible, guys. It's unbelievable. And you have this company that's advocating Litecoin, letting people know that this is a lot better than Bitcoin. And this is especially for now. Maybe it might not be the case in the future, but for now, it looks fantastic. It makes sense. Anyone in their right mind would be taking payments in Litecoin because of its history of stability. It's a good community. It has so many things over Bitcoin at the current moment. Plus, everything is about to go up in the air this coming August 1st. A lot of speculation. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. The hard fork is basically imminent. We're going to see 2 coins from the hard fork. BIP91 was a cushion. So this is awesome stuff to see. Hold on guys. I'm going to pull up something real quick. So, and basically, I've noticed on Reddit alone, I've noticed one too many posts with businesses advocating the utilization of Litecoin for payment instead of Bitcoin. And I'm gaining personally, you guys already know that I'm a fanatic about Litecoin, but I'm gaining a lot more comfort every single day that I see these things, especially as we get closer to August 1st. And it makes total sense. What company would want to accept Bitcoin? What company would want to accept Bitcoin knowing that there is such uncertainty in the in the Bitcoin community, and Litecoin has shown unbelievable stability throughout the crash, the gains, etc. So it's awesome to see. And for businesses to be proactive like this, I think we're going to see more and more of this. And even though this is just 2 examples, I'm sure there's multiple businesses that we haven't even seen in the Reddit or such things like that that are already accepting Litecoin instead of Bitcoin or advocating it, simply because a business wants to be proactive. They want to protect their assets and their income for the company, and by doing this, accepting Litecoin makes complete sense. Anything otherwise wouldn't make sense. Now we can see with the Ethereum platform, Charlie Lee once again coming out with another bold statement. If the creator of Solidity, Gavin Wood, cannot write a secure multi-sig wallet, and Solidity pretty much confirms Ethereum is hacker paradise, that's not really good news, is it? Ethereum being a hacker paradise, that's obscene. That's another reason why people shouldn't invest in Ethereum right now. And the biggest safe bet, in my personal opinion, is Litecoin. I've been saying this all along, and we're just seeing things come to surface more and more and more. And I mean, if you guys have seen my other live streams, the content is unbelievable in those videos, and it makes complete sense. It's the proof in the pudding. It's like a guy trying to find his reading glasses, but they're sitting on top of his head. It's a lot of that makes sense. So it's there. He doesn't need to be looking all over the house for his reading glasses. And they're actually on his head. So that's what I'm trying to get at, is proof is in the pudding. The proof is there. And you can choose whether or not you want to see the real picture. So you can search your entire house for your reading glasses, but then you're going to end up finding out that your glasses are sitting on top of your head. So that's really, what it looks like right now. And we can also look at Alexander Vinnik, the owner of BTCE, has been arrested in Greece for $4 billion in Bitcoin money laundering. The Security and the Security Exchange Commission is basically cracking down on these things. They're cracking down on ICOs. They're going to put regulation in that, and I agree with that. And then this just happened, which is pretty insane. It's been going all over the cryptocurrency media. So since yesterday evening, the social media have been battling new theories about the continuation of the BTCE Bitcoin market from Russia. Now Reuters and CNBC report that a Russian citizen was arrested in Greece. The accusations from the American side is money laundering of over $4 billion. Crazy. And then you can see right here, it's on CNBC as well for Bitcoin fraud. These are major headlines, CNBC, incredible. So with that being said, this is incredible to see. I've been saying this all along, guys. Litecoin this is how it's going to go. It's either Litecoin is going to take the cake and it's going to run off and it's going to be the new utilized currency. More so the utilized currency for smaller payments, and Bitcoin will still be, the store of value. But what I come to conclusion, what I think is, why is there really, and this is just my opinion, we'll get back on the facts in a second, but why is there a reason to have another coin for a store of value that will always have these high transaction fees, these slow transaction speeds that will never be up to Litecoin's, position? So honestly, why would there be a point in having another store of value, which would be Bitcoin? Why can't Litecoin do that? You know what I'm saying? Why can't Litecoin be that store of value? It doesn't make much sense to me to have two coins, but one coin does exactly what what we need it to do, which would be Litecoin. And then why can't we just hold our Litecoin in our net worth or our store of value in Litecoin rather than Bitcoin? It makes sense. But so either Litecoin can take the run, run, and be the new cryptocurrency of the crypto world that is the bull of all other coins, or Litecoin can just really take that place, that second place that it's been really pushing to get to, which would be second place, actually being the silver to Bitcoin, which is really what I want to see if we're not going to see it take the massive lead of being the new most utilized cryptocurrency in replacing Bitcoin. But I really want to see, and the bottom line, and I'm very sure of this is how it's going to go, Litecoin is going to make its way up to the value while we have all this chaos with Bitcoin. Litecoin is going to make its way up to the value of actually being what it would be as if it was silver to Bitcoin's gold. So it's going to really take on that position, I think, in the next month. We're going to see August 1st. I think that there's going to be a ton of announcements for Litecoin on this coming August 1st. I think that as August 1st progresses, we're going to see some runs with Litecoin, which is amazing to see. It all makes sense. It's all pulling into place, and it's like a puzzle. So Bitcoin, there's still a lot of fear, guys, a lot of unrest, and it's like we have civil unrest, martial law with Bitcoin, and Litecoin is like the freedom heaven land, okay? It makes complete sense. We're seeing it all over the news. I'm sure some of you guys, I know I didn't make, some meaningful live streams in the past few days, but I'm sure you guys have been on these subreddits and have seen some of these things for yourself. And if you have been here since the very beginning when I made my channel, and you have been watching my live streams or tuning in, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It makes 100% sense. Now we're going to get over to Litecoin value. I know that Litecoin did drop off a little bit. It went from $45 moving sideways and has dropped off, and more so because Bitcoin has dropped off. As you can see, there's a very similar pattern that we're seeing. Bitcoin is forming a triple bottom, which is quite bullish. We could see another run with Bitcoin, but I'm very bullish about Litecoin taking a more significant run, especially coming up to August 1st and this next month that we are approaching. You can see that Litecoin has formed a triple bottom, and we see some growth right here. Now we could see it go up from here, or we could see it go down and move sideways. Now there is potential for it to go down lower the closer we approach August 1st. But once it hits that bottom, I'm telling you, it's going to be like a rocket ship. It's going to be like bouncing on a trampoline. Right when you hit that trampoline from coming up in the air, you're going to shoot right back up. And that's what Litecoin is doing. It's falling, and Bitcoin is as well. And you can see this similar in pattern. Bitcoin has dumped off. It's very similar. It's like we're looking at the same chart, guys. And the fact that Litecoin and Bitcoin are following each other to the same extent, they're following each other's patterns to the T. It's impressive to see, and we haven't seen this close of congruency with each other in quite a long time, if ever, to this extent. So it's really nice to see this. And like I said, I think the bottom line of what we're going to see is Litecoin's really going to take the lead and make that that establishment of being silver to Bitcoin's gold, even though Bitcoin is going to split. Litecoin has just way more foundation recognition to really be that small payment coin, and Bitcoin can be that heavy store of value coin. So it makes sense. And we're seeing here another possible sideways movement with this growth right here. Now we could see up movement or we could see down movement. In my personal opinion, I think we're probably going to be moving sideways for the next few days, as it is July 26th right now. I think August 1st, we could potentially actually hit a lower bottom, potentially in the mid-high 30s until we hit like 2 days before or 1 day before August 1st. We're getting really close, guys. It's getting really exciting. The tension is growing. What's going on? And I'm super excited. I'm very content myself. Now, I want to tell you guys, I remember telling you guys that I told you that, gosh, I'm saying the same thing a million times. I'm just super excited. Moving forward. So I told you guys that I got Bitcoin. I had my bottom set, my stop order set to sell it. Now, do I still have Bitcoin? I do not have Bitcoin. I sold my Bitcoin at a profit, small profit, and it's going down a little bit. It could go down further. Bitcoin could go down further, just like Litecoin could go down further as we approach maybe the next few days until August 1st. But like I said, August 1st, things are going to change in a good way. But I actually took my Bitcoin and I went ahead and I put it into Litecoin, and I'm also holding off to see where things go. If Litecoin potentially goes down another $5 or less, that's more profit for me and more ability for me. So I'll hold off, a certain amount of fiat to put into Litecoin if that does happen. If it doesn't happen, hey, I can still purchase in around this area because we're seeing sideways motion, and I really don't think we're going to see a launch more significant than this resistance line right here. I don't think we're going to see a launch more than that by August 1st, but we could potentially see it lower. So that's right there is where I stand with Litecoin. Triple bottom is quite bullish. A quite bullish divergence right there, and it's looking quite solid. Now, if we look over here, and also with my alternative coins, I still have my alternative coins. I do have stop loss orders in for them, and I have actually sold a few of my alternative coins. And I'm waiting for it to potentially go down further so that I can buy them at a lower price. And if that doesn't happen, worst case, I'll just buy them back in as we, after August 1st or around August 1st, and get ready for liftoff again. So, 1 second, guys. I gotta get a drink of water. All right. So, if we look at this, honestly, there's not much to see. We can see Litecoin has had a consistent 24-hour volume. People have been increasing their holdings. I know I told you guys in my last video that we saw manipulation and are seeing manipulation. I still stand by that. I had someone comment in that video. I'm glad they decided to comment some absolutely crazy comment telling me that it's not manipulation, but that's exactly what we're seeing. From that sideways movement that we saw with Litecoin being quite stagnant for quite a while. We have seen manipulation in the markets, whether you want to believe it or not. And I know 99% of the people that follow me and watch my live streams and keep updated with what I say and stuff, they understand what I'm saying and it makes sense and they believe it. But I had like one person out of everyone comment and tell me that, oh man, manipulation is normal. This is a normal thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, keep telling yourself that. But we have seen manipulation, and I believe, just like I said in my last video, that this manipulation is more so because there's a little bit of a plan for these bigger investors, but also we're seeing this manipulation to keep things steady for Litecoin as we approach August 1st, and more people are going to get in. So people with a lot of Litecoin are selling off portions of their Litecoin, I believe, to people that are turning to Litecoin because of all this stuff that's going around with Litecoin and Bitcoin and the positive stuff that we're seeing with Litecoin. So that's good stuff. Like I said, don't get worried about the manipulation. I'm not worried about the manipulation. Everything that I've said in this video so far stands 100% with me. And I know in my first video I told you guys about my alternative coins that I love and I stand by. I still stand by those same alternative coins. This is my very first video, and I believe it was Syscoin, it was Sia Coin, it was Lisk, it was Ant Shares, and I think there was a few other. I think Verge was on it. I'm not as keen as I am with Verge. As I am with Stratus. I've really gained a lot of love for Stratus in the past like 2 weeks. I really love Stratus, and I'm feeling quite well about Steam. But Steam would probably be on the same level as, I want to say, like Verge when it comes to my faith in it. But Syscoin, I have a lot of faith on it. It could potentially be like the next eBay. I have a lot of faith in Stratus, all the coins, the top 5 that I picked, but I want to add a few. NEM has been showing massive strength. It's been growing. It's been showing stability. NEM and Stratus, I need to add to my top 5, so it's going to be looking like more so a top 10 list rather than a top 5 to be getting in for these next big moves, because we're in historical times right now. We're making history right now with cryptocurrencies, which is just fascinating for people to see and to make the right decision as we approach this. We can see Ethereum drop down to 200, almost $200. You guys already know where I stand with Ethereum. Nothing has changed. I still stand by what I've said about Ethereum. Ripple, I don't have any Ripple right now, but Ripple actually shows quite a bit of promise. It's not in my top picks, but Ripple, I believe in the long term, we could see some great growth. For a coin this low in price, you know, there is a high circulating supply and a high cap on the supply. But I think that we could see in the long term some nice gains. I don't think we're going to be going down. So I think Ripple would be a good investment for something like that if you want something, you know, very long term. But if you want something short term, you'd have to do more research. If you're going to put a lot of money into Ripple, you need to do your research because, like I said, it's not on my top picks. But I think that in the long run, we could see some great things with Ripple because it's really making moves in their community, and the developers are really trying to take on these big banks and make it an actual thing that Ripple is going to make it big. But Ethereum, I just don't see it succeeding. You guys, I've been saying this all along with the hacks, with the issues with the ICOs, the scams. It's never ending. It's a flawed platform. It's a flawed fundamental. We already have Litecoin integrating mass, which is smart contracts and heightened security. So, and also Monero has been showing great moves during these struggled times. Monero has been, look into Monero, look into NEM, and look into Stratus. Stratus is on my top picks. Monero is, I need to look a little more into it, but Monero is making its way to my top picks. It's going to end up being like a top 10 pick. IOTA has also been looking quite well, quite good in this past few weeks too. So take a look at IOTA, take a look at Monero, and take a look at NEM. Just check them out, do some research on them, and make your best judgment. I'm going to be probably going investing into them as we approach August 1st, because a lot of these coins are still at a massive discount, and we're going to see a really good run with Litecoin, in my opinion. You know, it just shows everything that I talk about. It makes sense, but in my opinion, we're going to see Litecoin take a nice run. How big that run is going to be, I don't know yet, but I totally believe it's going to be a new all-time high. And then these altcoins are really going to gain value because Bitcoin is kind of like a cluttered mess right now. It's kind of sad to see the Bitcoin kind of killing itself because of its community and the fear and craziness. So let's move forward. What is this? I've been opening tabs. Yeah, this is just an article about the top 5 reasons Monero will be the most widely used anonymous cryptocurrency. Now, is Litecoin known for the anonymous cryptocurrency? No, it is not. It's very, very close in relevance to Bitcoin. Monero is a very, very anonymous coin that if it was going to be used anywhere, it would probably be used on the dark web, like the Tor browser, for buying like illegal stuff or whatever it may be. So Monero could possibly be the big face to anonymous shopping and anonymous transactions for a cryptocurrency. So we're going to see one cryptocurrency is going to take the cake. Do we know which one it's going to be? No. But one cryptocurrency is going to take the first place, the top market cap coin. Okay, then we're going to see Litecoin as silver to Bitcoin. It's really going to gain in value. It's already been undervalued. It's really going to take that second place, in my opinion. And then we're going to see these altcoins rise up in value as we see in the next few months once everything settles and the dust settles. And then we're going to see Monero's really going to, I think, jump up on these charts because it's going to be well known as the anonymous cryptocurrency. Now, Dash has been showing some good stuff lately, but I still have not done enough research, and I still honestly don't care enough about Dash to do the research. It really doesn't have enough utilization purposes, but things are changing. The developers are definitely making moves. So those coins that I just talked about, I really feel great about, and they're really all very close to each other. You got Stratus, Monero, IOTA, NEM, and Dash, and somewhat Ripple, somewhat, and Ethereum. I kind of, my eyes don't even see them. My eyes just jump right over them because they don't exist in my mind. So moving forward, let's get through this. I think I've knocked a lot of content out and not a lot of time, so I think I'm doing good. And I'll check the chat box in a minute. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get things rolling. Right here is another thing with the alternative Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash. People are freaking out. They're mad. They're taking out. They're selling their Bitcoin. They can't withdraw it fast enough, so they're putting it in Litecoin. They're putting it in alternative coins. They're keeping it in fiat on the exchanges. All sorts of stuff is happening. BIP91 was just a temporary scaling advancement. This is just an article. Top 5 reasons. I don't know why I have that 2 times. And then we can see Securities Exchange Commission is cracking down on ICOs. ICOs have been the crazy thing lately. I mean, you can literally see right here. See right there, iDice. Everywhere you look on anything cryptocurrency related, pre-search, you see a bunch of crap, annoying cryptocurrencies right there on the Ethereum platform. What is this one? Does I want to say it? No. They're all Ethereum platform ICOs, and they're just all crap. They're all scams. They're all laundering money. They're all crap, period, exclamation point. So the Securities Exchange Commission is going to crack down on that, and I'm actually quite grateful of that because it's actually sad that, you know, people that are vulnerable to the community don't know a lot about cryptocurrencies and are just getting into it, and they see something like this, iDice, wow, oh my gosh, or like something promising that's fake, and then they buy it and they get screwed over because it's a total pump and then a complete dump and end. So I'm glad that this is taking place. There's going to be some crackdown on token sales and initial coin offerings, which is fantastic, guys. So hopefully that will just end the ICO crap. And as you can see right here, we're seeing once again the triple bottom, bearish divergence. Triple bottom could be moving up. It's really up in the air right now, but it's looking quite bullish. The RSI indicator confirms upward movement, so we could potentially see some great moves. But like I said, even the last time that you know, we had the charts out for Litecoin, that there was potential, you know, a bullish move, you know, maybe another all-time high, another significant rise close to the all-time high, which is around $50. But we haven't quite made that. So, you know, we went down. Now we're gaining ground, moving sideways. But that's what happened last time. Now we could potentially see it go down further, just a little bit, not a lot. Don't get excited. But it would be, you know, it could be good to maybe invest some fiat at that time. In my opinion, like I said, I'm saving some fiat for that if that does happen. But if not, I'll be happy to invest it after that because I just have unbelievable faith in Litecoin. It's like not even funny. I'm just so excited to see what is to come, and I'm ready to make those profits. I'm all about the profits, my friends. I'm gonna check the chat box real quick. I know I've been hitting some crazy amount of information quite quickly, so let's see what we're getting into here. Thank you guys for the likes. Awesome. We have a lot of people tuning in. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, make sure to check out some of my other live streams. Maybe you guys can subscribe, like my videos, comment on them, and interact in the chat box. I love seeing what you guys have to say and your questions, and I love answering them. And I love my followers, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys ask really good questions, and it's awesome to see you guys are also up to date. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this chat box real quick. He left Litecoin, Sean Fry message on Twitter. Any thoughts on it? He left the Litecoin team. I haven't actually looked into that. I should definitely actually look into that. I might do this on the live stream. I know I might get a little long, but we've knocked a lot out in 30 minutes. You know, my live streams have gone crazy long. So if you guys could stick around, we can look into that real quick and maybe discuss that. But everything that I said in this video is spot on. And if you guys have seen my other videos, it makes total sense because the puzzle, literally every single one of my live streams just introduces another puzzle piece to the entire puzzle. And it's quite awesome to see. So I thank you guys so much for the support and blowing up my channel. And if you guys haven't already, you guys can share my videos wherever you'd like, spread the word, because I want to get more faces and people tuning in. When do I project a good time to buy for Litecoin? Aaron, I just went over that, but I'll say it again. We could see another drop down to the mid-40s, around, I want to say like $35, maybe a little bit up, maybe a little bit down, but I don't see it going below $30 at all. We do see a triple bottom right now. We see some sideways movement, which is a bullish signal, bullish divergence. So we could see a nice rise in Litecoin, but it could be quite temporary, and then it could head back down, maybe even lower than the sideways movement that we're seeing right now. But I'm very much feeling bullish about Litecoin. And if you were to buy now, or you were to wait to buy, this coming up to August 1st to potentially buy it less than $40, you can wait. I mean, that's fine with you to wait, but just make sure that you stay tuned in to watch the prices, because if it starts shooting up quite rapidly, that's your time to get in, and that's the time to know that it's not going to be going down to $35. It's a very good sign, because when it shoots up, it's going to shoot up quite rapidly and quite evenly. So that's something to watch out for. You can either buy now. Like I said, guys, I have bought Litecoin at $45. I bought Litecoin all the way down to $40, and I've picked up some Litecoin on the last dip down to $35. And like I said, I got out of Bitcoin for the time being, and I'm holding some of that fiat to see if we do go further down with Litecoin, so that I can buy it at some of those lower prices. But if it doesn't, I'll be happy to buy it at $40. I'd be happy to buy it at the current market price right now, because we're going to see a nice all-time high coming soon. And I think that I'm underestimating it personally, but I don't want to get people too excited. Like I said, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research and make your own judgments, because this is your money at the end of the day. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. But you guys already know how bullish I am about Litecoin. Let me look at some other questions. Debating if I should buy more LTC or BTC. Well, at the current moment, Litecoin is definitely more popular in a sense and growing than Bitcoin has been. There's a lot of fear. People are turning away from it as more people turn to Litecoin and some other alternative coins like Monero and Stratus. And a lot of people are actually putting their Bitcoin into altcoins, which is why we haven't seen a significant downtrend in altcoins since the last crash. We haven't seen a lot of downtrending. We've seen more stability simply because these altcoins, a lot of people are putting their Bitcoin into altcoins because they don't want to have two different Bitcoins. They don't want to have that. So what they're doing is they're putting it in altcoins, and more or less they're putting it in Litecoin rather than any other altcoin. And all the FUD and crap going around about Ethereum, who wouldn't want to put it in Litecoin if they can't withdraw it from an exchange, or they don't want to have two Bitcoins? So Bitcoin is kind of the sad coin right now, and Litecoin is really taking the cake. Let me see what other questions we have in here. BTC is legend. Yes, like I said, we could see it, prosper and strive after the fork. But there is a possibility that Litecoin could really take the lead and be the new established currency. Is that likely to happen? Not as likely as Litecoin becoming the actual silver to Bitcoin, which is the least that I think is going to happen with Litecoin. So let me go ahead and look at these questions. You think you're going to wait until August 1st to buy Bitcoin? That's fine with you. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I still love Bitcoin. I still love Bitcoin, but I don't want smart money is not going to invest in Bitcoin until the dust settles. Period. Smart money is not going to do that. Smart money is going to wait it out until we see the end result. Gambling money, or bullish whales that want to see small gains or whatever it may be, they would get in right now, or they would have already have gotten in at 1,700. A lot of bears actually got in at 1,700 and dumped a lot off as we have gone up, which is why we've seen a downtrend. The bears are getting out, and a lot of actual bull whales are getting out too, because of the crazy amount of crap going around right now. So you can wait until August 1st to get Bitcoin. I think that's fine, but I personally will be waiting past August 1st to get Bitcoin, and maybe even past August to be getting Bitcoin again, just because I want to see what's going on. And of course, I'm going to be doing updates, letting you guys know my next moves. Yes, Prob, I do like Ant shares. Ant shares is like the Ethereum of China. We all know that China likes to keep things within China. So if there's going to be a huge currency in China, it would be Ant shares because that's had the most recognition, and I see some great growth with Ant shares. And just know, as Bitcoin or whatever currency becomes the best currency, Bitcoin is the best right now, but whatever currency does take the cake and grows substantially, we're going to see massive growth. There's a lot of adoption going on right now. We've got huge banks getting into cryptocurrency. So once we see major growth in the cryptocurrency space, we're going to see all the altcoins are going to follow. Because more adoption, more interest, the more adoption we see, the more interest we're going to see in not only just the top coin, we're going to see more interest in the top 5 coins, the top 10 coins, and like the top 50 coins. So that's definitely something to think about. All right, so let's look at some more questions. Charlie Lee also asked if Lights would be a good name for denominations of LTC. Yes, Juris, you're absolutely right. Charlie Lee has announced, I went over this in one of my live streams. I'm glad you caught that. If you're just tuning in, you're new to my channel, I talked about in one of my live streams that Charlie Lee was talking about making a smaller denomination of Litecoin, which would be Lights. So 1,000 Lights would or 1,000, I think it's 1,000 Lights or 100 Lights would equal how many? 1 Litecoin. So that's kind of what Litecoin was originally trying to do, is be, a quarter of Bitcoin's value, and now Charlie Lee for some reason is talking about introducing an even smaller value coin to Litecoin, which would be Lights. Doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know why we would ever need to have a smaller denomination, a smaller coin such as Lights to Litecoin, as Litecoin isn't that expensive already. So it kind of clicks into my little bit of conspiracy side that I've expressed to you guys with Charlie Lee. So that's definitely something to think about. It could be a game changer. And I know, guys, the MIT website was taken down. It doesn't faze me at all. David, is the crypto space always this hectic? No, this is actually about as hectic as it has ever been in history. This is probably the craziest point in cryptocurrencies that we have seen. So no, this is probably the craziest time. Yeah, you need a lot of research before you invest. Absolutely. Definitely do your research and your due diligence before putting your hard-earned money into something. And definitely, guys, get on Reddit. Get on Reddit, man. That is the place to be. Also, Twitter. Follow the developers. Reddit is really awesome to get the latest in news when it comes to cryptocurrencies. I'm on a lot of subreddits, even coins that I don't like. I'm on Ethereum subreddit just to see what kind of dumb crap is going around about Ethereum. And you guys know, I don't even want to talk about Ethereum. Let's continue. I'm consistently learning and researching. That's awesome. Definitely do that. You're a long-term holder. I'm a long-term holder as well with Litecoin. How long do you think it can continue? Scott, I'm not sure what you mean on how long it can continue. Please let me know in the chat box. What's new? What news is coming for LTC on August 1st? There's a lot of things that should have already come out for August 1st, like MAST. MAST is basically smart contracts for Litecoin and heightened security for Litecoin. It should have been introduced at the beginning of July, and the fact that it has taken so long, and I've done a little bit of research on why it's taken so long. They're literally just finishing, just establishing and doing the finishing touches right now on MAST. So we're going to see that. I believe we're going to see a lot on August 1st, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling very heavy about August 1st. And everything has turned to things happening on August 1st for Litecoin. So, from the MIT website, even though it was debunked, to all the other news, from Charlie Lee's posts, from Charlie Lee's things that he said, from the roadmap, it all makes sense. Why else would Litecoin be sitting still and low while all this chaos is happening about Bitcoin? Litecoin really wants to take the shine. It really wants to make that lead. And what else sense would it make for why would Litecoin? This makes sense. Listen to this. Why would Litecoin launch some of the biggest things on its platform that are on the roadmap before August 1st? Everything is scoured and surrounded by August 1st. All of the fear is surrounded by August 1st. So why would Litecoin release something too soon? Wouldn't you want them to release it on August 1st, right when the crap hits the fan? It makes sense, because Litecoin wouldn't get as much recognition before August 1st as it would on August 1st or after August 1st. It makes sense. is kind of like the business mind of that. And I'm a very business oriented person. I have a degree in business, so it's like it kind of makes perfect sense. Currency, business, we see it integrated quite well. I love Lisk, Stratus, and Answers. Me too. How can I get some Lisk, Stratus, and Answers? Bittrex is my favorite exchange. Besides GDAX. GDAX is just, they only hold 3 currencies. I love Bittrex. It's my favorite, always has been my favorite. Bitfinex has had problems with hacking. Poloniex is slow, has issues. BTCE just had a huge laundering problem. Bittrex has just been the perfect little exchange that it has been. And it has a nice platform. It's very easy to use and understand. So Bittrex and GDAX are my favorite. How can I goal own 50% Litecoin on goal next 50% 1 to 2 weeks in August 1st at hedge price? I'm not sure what you mean there, Jimbo Slice. Yeah, Ripple is a Fed coin, federal coin. It's a bank coin. It's kind of against the fundamentals of cryptocurrencies entirely. So I'm not the biggest fan of Ripple, but like I said, we could see some great growth, being that it's at such a low price, and banks have a lot of money. There's a huge supply cap for Ripple. Now, is that a bad thing? No, it's not. Let's look at this real quick. Why is this not a bad thing that Ripple has a high circulating supply? It's not a bad thing because Ripple is geared towards and aimed towards the big banks. What do big banks have? They have a lot of cash. They have a lot of money to throw into the crypto space if they were to do so. So that we're going to see large sums of money being thrown into Ripple. And what that's going to do is it's going to disregard the fact that there's a high circulating supply, which is going to heighten the value, more so stable, kind of like Litecoin, because of such heavier amounts of money being put into Ripple. And it's at a very low price right now. You can grab it at a very low price. And I see some extended long-term growth with Ripple. I don't see massive pumps. We're not going to see 17 cents to $2 in 2 months. I just don't see that happening. I see that we're going to see incremental long-term growth, because of the high supply and fat banks getting into it. And it's not the most desirable because of the fact that the banks are into it, the decentralized position that it has. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, chat in the chat box. I'd love to see your interaction and questions. And I'm going to check out some more questions right now. Man, you guys are blowing up the chat box. This is awesome. I don't even know where I ended. Let me try to find my place. Supporting the deep state with owning Ripple. Bitcoin has branding and a lot of market support, but fully decentralized platform just invites chaos. In a sense, I agree. Yes, I'm very bullish on Litecoin is strong, yes. Just buy more. You hope Litecoin dips so you can buy more. Don't be too dependent on that. Make sure you watch it, because August 1st, I think we're going to see some jumps and some no longer bottoms. I think coming August 1st, we're going to reach a new all-time high. Not on August 1st, guys. I'm saying coming this August 1st, we're going to see a progression of an all-time high. A lot of people think that when I say we're going to see a new all-time on August 1st, I'm not saying we're going to see it on August 1st, the date. I'm saying that we're going to see a progression all-time high throughout August. Probably the beginning of August. Let me see what else. What do I think of QTUM? I don't think heavily about QTUM. It has not called my attention. Just the fact that I've been on Bittrex multiple times trading these altcoins and gaining inventory, and I've seen QTUM as I've seen QTUM being sponsored on Bittrex. If a coin needs to be sponsored, just like these crap ICOs, it really isn't, in my opinion, something that I'm gonna look at this current time. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm not a fan of QTUM right now. Not disowning it, but I just haven't looked into it. It's not the most important coin to be looking at during these times. All right, let's look at this. Litecoin may go down to $24 before it pops again. Very, very low possibility, but I think that we could see a drop, like I said, and then it's just gonna launch off like it would if you were jumping on a trampoline, like going down and then straight back up. We could see it in the mid-30s, I believe. Maybe a little bit lower than the mid-30s, but I just don't see it going below $30. And if it does, man, I will be sitting on the couch making sure that I buy Litecoin at that price. But I just don't see it going down that low. And regardless, like I said, I have Litecoin that I bought at $45, and I'm holding on to those puppies with my life, and I'm not worried at all. Let's see. That's good, Alan. It's good to have your fiat on GDEX. I know it takes a while for GDEX to implement your cash. It's kind of annoying. It takes like 3 days or a week or whatever for your money to go on GDEX so you can actually buy crypto. There still really isn't any fast way to buy cryptocurrencies other than Coinbase. Coinbase is the fastest because you can buy it instantly with credit cards. It's definitely a consumer driven platform, which is pretty awesome. That's why Coinbase is like the top exchange. It's because you can buy it like that. And a lot of people convenience is key. People like convenience. Have you not noticed that in society? Everything is moving to technology is driven off of convenience. Coinbase has made itself the top exchange more or less because the fact that you can buy cryptocurrencies like boom instantly because of a credit card. So, but you do pay fees. I hate that. That's why I don't pay those fees. I implement my fiat through GDEX and not pay fees. $40 bottom seems rock solid. In my opinion, we could see that with the triple bottom. That is a possibility. Like I said, we could see it just start moving upward, or we could see maybe a little bit of a small dip before we start taking off to the moon. We do see the triple bottom, guys. We see that there might be another bottom forming, and it could just keep going sideways, but it could also go down, or it could just start steadily moving up until we approach August 1st. It's really up in the air right now, guys, because of the sideways motion and the triple bottom. So we are due. It is a lot more bullish than it would be bearish. It really is. So that's why I think it's not going to go less than 35 on the next run. Let me see what else we got here. Man, you guys are blowing up the chat box. I'm loving this. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys for blowing up my channel, man. I've only made this channel a month ago, and it has blown up. Like I've seen other people's YouTube channels. Like, well, not. I don't even want to get into that. Like I've seen Chaincoin. I hate Chaincoin, but you know, you've already seen how many people got screwed over by Chaincoin. I knew Chaincoin was a scam. It's so obvious, but it's so sad. They need to get regulation into this because people that are vulnerable, don't know about these things, invest in Chaincoin because people are talking about it. You know, let me just believe the random guy on Reddit. All right, let's look at this real quick. Let's see if there's any questions. There's a lot, so I need to get through these. It's awesome, Malin. 34 is a nice buy. You got some at 38. That's awesome, guys. You guys are banging it right now. That's crazy. I don't have any thoughts on 10x. I know I saw the news about Visa looking to buy out 10x. I know that these top credit card companies are sooner or later going to integrate their companies into the crypto space. It's going to happen. I think we're going to see not just adoption in the future. I think we're going to see mass adoption. I'm saying a lot of adoption in a short period of time, and that's why I think it's being heavily manipulated right now because they're trying to bring down the big bulls, the big whales are trying to bring down the price so that these huge whales can get in. So that could be something to think about. It's a little bit speculation driven, but I think we're going to see even more adoption. You know, we've seen since January this year, massive increases in value on a lot of coins. And I think that this next year is going to be unbelievable, maybe even leading up to the end of this year. So I'm just super excited. All right, so let's see what else. I wouldn't sell off all of your Bitcoin just yet. I'm pretty comfortable with where I stand on selling it off. You know, like I said, I'm going to be watching it closely and possibly buying in if I see another run forming. But I'm very devout to Litecoin at the current moment because of the crap going around with Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin does possibly have more splits than the split that we're going to see August 1st. We could see like 4 Bitcoin, my friends. We could see like Bitcoin Cash. We could see Bitcoin. We could see whatever this other Bitcoin is. There's like 4 Bitcoin replacements right now, and I think they could possibly all blossom. So that's 4 Bitcoins, and there is only one Litecoin, which I think to the very least is going to be the silver to Bitcoin. If not, take the lead, my friends. That's why people hate Bitcoin right now, because of all the crap going around and the fact that the hard fork is going to happen. And I've been saying that since day one. Haven't I been saying that since day one? The hard fork is going to happen August 1st. Litecoin's going to take the lead into being silver or the best. Let's see. LedgerX is going to be the first regulated exchange, and big names are behind it. Yes, I have seen a little bit on that. That's quite interesting. I think there's isn't it the Rothschilds or something like that that are behind the big names that are behind LedgerX? I'm not sure, but I did hear about that. Yeah, I think the splits can possibly kill Bitcoin. It's sad to say, but I think all these splits and the split is going to divide the community. You know, what is it called? Divide. I don't even know how it goes, but like, together we stand. Divided we fall. I think that's what's happening in the Bitcoin community. They're kind of shooting their own self in the foot with all the crap going around. So I think the community is very divided right now, and it's very toxic. What do you mean by why November, Elliot? I don't know what you mean. Oh, because of BIP 145 or the next ability for Bitcoin to split again. I think it's there's a very good chance. And like I said, you guys already know what I think about Charlie Lee. That guy's a man with a plan. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's the biggest face. He makes Vitalik Buterin look like a peasant. Charlie Lee is the man with a plan. He's been around since day one, my friends. Watch my other live streams. The proof is in the pudding. The pudding. Bought Litecoin at $45. Don't shake your head, man. I'm right there with you. I have Litecoin at 40. I just said I had Litecoin multiple times at $45. Yeah, holding, you cannot time the market. It's the time you spend in the market. And that's a quote that I definitely live by. How much time you spend in the market, you will definitely see a better outcome than trying to time the market. And I'm, a tiny bit trying to time the market, but I have my inventory of Litecoin. I'm very comfortable. And if we see some rising going on, that's me timing the market. And if it starts going up and not down, I'll buy in on my finishing touches, my finishing collection. I joined at a hectic time. How convenient. Yep, that's actually convenient, David. I mean, right now, honestly, right now, to be getting into cryptocurrencies, man, are you at an advantage. It's unbelievable how big of an advantage that you are in because of getting in at this time. This is a game changer period. And to get the right information, get into the right coins, you can make unbelievable amounts of money. There's probably whales out there that are so excited right now that they're going to be making new investors that have a ton of money getting in. They're going to make an unbelievable amount of money because of the time period we're in. We're going to see a blast off into outer space. Hey, Chrissy, no worries. If you're late, you can just rewind the live stream after I finish. Charlie Lee just posted his Litecoin in 2 weeks. We'll have SegWit 360. Let me go check that out. Is it on his Twitter? Man, Charlie is the man. Yeah, I haven't heard about that, Chrissy. If you could give me more information, that'd be great. Ethereum is a good platform, but the coin itself is garbage. Agreed. And more than that too. I think even less of Ethereum. I'm just not a fan. I've been saying it all along. And a lot of my friends that are investors or traders in cryptocurrencies, I've been trying to stress to them that I hate Ethereum, and they have they don't know why at all. Like, they think that Ethereum is the best thing ever, and like, I explain it to them and they still don't understand. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I get this across to you? Ethereum is not the place to be. But now finally my friends have actually noticed and realized, wow, I've been right all along. So I'm glad to see them finally realizing Ethereum is not the place to be. What you think about, oh man, what do I think? What was that question? Man, the chat box is blowing up. Mid-August going up to $75. I think that's a great possibility. I haven't seen much about Omisego or anything about it rolling out into McDonald's as an Asian payment. I haven't seen anything about that. You just signed up for Bittrex. Awesome. It's a great platform. Took you a week to get the money in there. Unbelievable. It's kind of sad that GDEX has withdrawal limits. That's unfortunate. I don't like that. the whole point of having cryptocurrency is to be in control, the decentralization factor, not being dependent on the government. So, why would GDEX have limits of withdrawals? It doesn't make sense to me, guys. GDEX needs to get on their game, even though they're the best. They do have a one-day wire fee of $10. Yes. Thank you, Milan. Thank you. I try to make this channel as good as possible. Thank you so much. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys can stick around for now, and then you can watch the live stream again. There's a lot of great content in this this update. Yeah, credit card fees are ridiculous, so that's why I don't like the instant payment. You pay a fee for the credit card, and the interest, if you don't, well, you pay it off by the end of the month, but it's still just not. It's just more work, even though it's convenient. Is it not a bear pennant and descending triangle? Is it a triple top? I don't know what you mean by that, Rob V. There is no triple top right now. That is not what I'm seeing. It is a bullish divergence triple bottom. Chaincoin was the biggest scam. Unbelievable. I'm so happy I didn't get into that. I should have stressed more to people not to get into it. I was telling you guys in all my live streams back when I was doing them around that time, Chaincoin is not the place to be. And that's why, and you live and learn. People that got into it are now either going to never, ever, ever get into cryptocurrencies again, or they're going to learn from their mistakes. Is August 1st going to be crazy for Litecoin? Crazy good, I hope. You're new to all this. Yes, that's what I believe is going to happen. It's going to be a progression through August 1st, not just August 1st, the day. Credit card companies have to embrace crypto. They're going to get killed. Their entire profit model relies on transactional fees. Yes, sir. You've nailed it nailed the pin on the donkey. That's so true. Credit cards are hungry. And I think that what's gonna happen is the big banks and the credit card companies are gonna bite the bullet and understand that they can't control the crypto markets and they can't really do much other than having the big whales bring down the price, and then they're gonna get in, and then hopefully they don't put too much control in. That's one of my fears. Even though there's a lot of money going into it, credit card companies and big banks, I'm not a fan of. Let's see what else we got here. Monero is going to be relevant to many. Yes, it will be. Monero will be one of the top coins, in my opinion, as a anonymous cryptocurrency. And then Litecoin will be like the coin that you don't need to be spending in an anonymous fashion. You can just buy a candy bar or whatever with it. Goldman Sachs and Google are backing Ledger X. Big names right there for Ledger X. And Ledger X is a new exchange that's soon to come, I believe, to my knowledge. The Rothschild investment group is not the Rothschild's family. It's just the same name. The news was just a clickbait. Oh, okay. United we stand. No, I think it's united we stand, divided we fall, not together we fall. Billions of dollars are going to come into the exchange, and they basically already announced that they will have Bitcoin and 4 others. I wonder what those 4 others are. I know that Ethereum was one of them, but Litecoin, I'm very keen on it being one of them. But I think that there could be a change in that possibility because of the splits and stuff like that. I don't know if exchanges want to be taking Bitcoin onto their exchange because of the splits. It's a lot of work to be dealing with that, and a lot of stress. A lot of exchanges are going to be limiting the withdrawals and exchanging of Bitcoin on August 1st. There's multiple exchanges that are going to be doing that. Where do I see Litecoin being on August 1st? I already said that. There's another potential threat. Bitcoin at 48.15, Litecoin at $90. Yeah, November is another threat. Bitcoin, I think that, like I said, silver is definitely going to take that silver to Bitcoin place, and Bitcoin could still succeed. But Bitcoin can hit new all-time highs, and then Litecoin is going to piggyback ride on Bitcoin from now on. Very close in congruency. Let's see. Charlie is the reason I'm all in on LTC. He's playing the long game, and I love it. Yes, sir. What's some good entry points in your opinion? Bought in at 37 and want more. Good entry points, in my opinion. I already discussed that in the live stream. I said that we have a triple bottom right now. We could see it go up, or we could see it go down a little bit. I don't think it's going to go. I do not think at all that it's going to go below $30. It could go to the mid 30s and then launch back up. We're going to see a progressive growth through August 1st as the huge announcements are going to come on August 1st. Make sure, if you're just tuning in now, make sure to watch this live stream after I conclude this video, because there's a lot of good content at the beginning. I get right into it at the beginning. I know some people are saying, like, some people are telling me that I don't talk at the beginning of my live streams. I know that I don't talk. I'm trying to manage it and make a better live stream at the beginnings, like an intro song or something like that. But make sure you watch a lot of good content at the beginning. And I'm not blabbering. Corporations will hedge investments with hundreds of millions in crypto if it is regulated. That's another big thing. Huge hedge funds are starting to get into cryptocurrencies. That's amazing. That is unbelievable. That is like huge deal. And I think we're going to see, like I said, mass adoption. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure to subscribe to my channel, check out my other live streams and videos, and also like this video. And if you have a comment, throw it in the comment or the chat box. Thank you guys for the support. All right, let's see. If you have less than 20 LTC right now is your good entry point, I guess. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Amen to that. What do I think about IOTA? I already said what I think about IOTA. I think that the developers are quite, determined to make it a huge coin. I think we're going to see some growth in IOTA. It's not on my top picks yet. I still have to do more research on it, but definitely looking at IOTA. I'll go over it real quick one more time. Sorry if I'm stuttering. I'm just like trying to get through things right now. NEM is looking nice. IOTA is looking nice. Monero is looking quite promising. Stratus is on my top picks. Honestly, Monero really is on my top picks now. But IOTA, I haven't done enough research on. NEM, I haven't done enough research on to put on my top picks, but it's looking quite promising. The charts show quite promising growth during these uncertain times. Dash has been looking quite nice, but I still haven't come to a point to actually think of it as a good investment. I'm more so an investor than a trader, even though I do both. A long-term trader. A long-term investor. I like to invest in something and leave it alone. I want to see it grow over time. And I like, quick jumps too, but Litecoin, I think we're going to see some quick jumps a lot sooner, and it's still going to be a good long-term hold. Let's see what else. It's on his Twitter. Chrissy, I'll go check that out in just a second. His most recent picture on Twitter. Let me go check it out. I know you were telling me about Charlie talking about something. I don't even remember what it was about. His most recent picture. Oh, no. That's a joke. It's an Xbox 360. I think this is a joke. Now that Bitcoin has SegWit 2x, Litecoin needs to differentiate itself again, announcing SegWit 360 on Litecoin coming in 2 weeks. It's a joke, guys. Take it lightly. When he has this laughy face, he's usually joking. That's one thing bothers me a tiny bit about Charlie Lee is, he's the most prominent guy in the crypto space, and he's been joking around lately, and it's kind of hitting little nerves of mine, because this guy is very important to the community, and he's been joking around quite a bit, but he's been also very, very available. He answers to everything on Twitter. It's unbelievable. That's what's amazing about him too. I mean, you can literally see all his conversations. He gets in fights with people. He gets in like verbal tweet fights with people that disagree with him or say this, say that, and Charlie Lee just calmly and collectively says, "Go screw yourself," and says what's right. So it's quite nice to see. Let's see what else. Chris Smith, I believe so. Litecoin is going to be the payment vehicle of the world and eventually surpass Bitcoin. Possibility there. Possibility. What do you think of Safe Exchange coin? I don't know anything about it. I don't even think I've ever heard of that coin. No problem, Brennan. It's going to be the payment vehicle of the world and eventually. What coins do you see being the most probable competition for LTC in the everyday commerce game? I don't see anything I don't see any coin being a probable competition to Litecoin. That's just my straight up bold opinion. But you guys already know my top picks for altcoins. I've gone over them in my first video. If you want to go check out my first video and you guys are new subscribers or new viewers, the video is quite interesting and annoying, but I do make some good valid points, and I do talk about my top picks, and they still stand. They're still my top picks. I think Verge has weeded its way down to one of the less favorable top picks, but I think that we're still going to see growth in Verge. But Syscoin, AntShares, Siacoin, what else? I can't even remember all of them, but just rewatch this live stream. I go over it. Thoughts on Sholin Fry leaving as developer? I definitely just heard that. I need to look into that. Chris Smith says he got fired. Possibility. I think that Charlie Lee is the leader of Litecoin. And if anything, Charlie Lee is going, this is the basic dynamics, the basic key to success in the business is to weed out the people that should not be in the business. You don't want to have people coming along, because people that are negative and they're trying to halt the growth of a business, they're only going to further halt the business as it progresses. Because it's regardless, Litecoin's going to progress. But Litecoin could probably progress a lot faster if you weed out the unnecessary people that are holding Litecoin back. It's like draining the swamp, or whatever it's called that Trump says. Not getting political at all, but that's kind of what I think Charlie Lee will end up doing. He doesn't want anyone that's against his coin. It's his coin, and he's the biggest guy. He should be firing people that are against anything that he decides. He's the man. Big professional funds being involved in trading, making trading harder. The stock markets are heavily manipulated, yes. And I think that, like I said in my last live stream, we have been seeing manipulation on another level that I've never seen before in the crypto space. We're in crazy times right now. Anything can happen. But I think that regardless of bigger funds getting into the space, it just takes a lot more accuracy and knowing of what's going on and how to react. You want to be proactive. You don't want to be reactive. That's the biggest thing about trading. If you're reactive, you're losing. If you're proactive, you're winning. Be ahead of the game. Your mindset should be knowing what the big whales, what their next move is going to be. What makes most sense to you from all your tracking, all your research, from looking at the charts. Make a well-educated guess. You want to think like the whales so that you can ride with the whales, if that makes sense. That's what I do personally. I ride with the whales. I see what they're going to do, and I jump on it and follow them. I'm like, you're not leaving me behind, my friend. I'm going to make these profits with you. And there's a lot of people that are getting into the space and don't have a clue of what's going on or how to do this. They've never traded in their life. They're clueless, and they get left behind and they become reactive, which is what the whales want to see. That's how they make their profits, guys. Yeah, Charlie Lee is definitely humble. He's definitely not talking crap about Bitcoin. He has so much room to talk a lot of crap about Bitcoin. But I think, steady wins the race. Less talking, more action. That is what's going on behind the scenes. Mark my word. That is what's going on with Litecoin. Less talking, less crap, less FUD, less rumors, less problems and conflict to arise off of some of these things, and more work being done behind the scenes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what's going on. Actions speak much louder than words, not only in people's personal lives, but in the business life as well. It's timing. Timing is everything. He owns a lot of Charlie Lee does own a lot of BTC. Now, from this last jump in Bitcoin value, we could see Charlie Lee's inventory of Bitcoin become a little bit less and more into Litecoin, because I think that possibly, if it could be a total speculation conspiracy, but that could be a possibility that it jumped up so that or it jumped up, and now since he's sold off some of his Bitcoin because of the split and whatnot. Because think about it, if you have, let's say Bitcoin splits August 1st, we have 2 Bitcoins. And then we see another split adding like a total of 4 Bitcoins. That's going to deteriorate the value. It's going to be too cluttered. It's going to be too hard to focus. Litecoin is just better in every way. Have I ever cashed out of GDAX into my bank account? Yes, I have. Is it quick without delays? It takes a few days. Well, with me at least. I think it's different. It depends on it. Even sometimes people with Coinbase, they can't even get a hold of the people there. But the best thing is that it's insured. I'll put my address for donations. I'll actually pop my address in there. I'm still going to look at you guys' questions real quick. And thank you guys for tuning in and supporting my channel. It's really awesome to see. You know, I didn't come on here to gain a bunch of recognition, but you know, having seen my devout followers that I've gained, it's quite nice to see, and I appreciate it, guys. I try to be the naturally humble person that I am on this YouTube. I don't want to be overwhelming. But here's my I'll just post my address in the chat box. But I'm gonna get back to the questions. Do you think that the current price of Litecoin reflects the news that's coming out on August 1st already? It's that's a little bit of a different way to look at it. I think that what we're seeing right now is just a building momentum, and it makes sense for them to wait to make these announcements. And it makes complete sense. Everything that I've talked about, it makes complete sense for them to wait to make these announcements, et cetera, et cetera. The content is there, and it makes incredible sense. And I'm showing you guys facts. You know, I do talk about speculation. I do bring out my conspiracy side, but a lot of the stuff I talk about is just straight facts. You know, you can't deny it. It's like, I mean, how could I compare that? I mean, it's like I don't even want to get into that. I'm not even talking about that. I'll get back to the questions. Do you expect the same percentage growth with Litecoin that we saw with Ethereum? I invested lightly into Ethereum when it was at around the same price point. That is a really good observation. I think that is a possibility. Absolutely. Lester, Chaincoin, this is not the channel to be talking about Chaincoin. But I think that's a great observation, Cisco. I think that if you want to look at it that way, that would be a good way to look at it. I think that it would be, I think Litecoin showing that it's so stable and steady, that I think it's going to be more progressive growth over time, not long periods of time, but for Litecoin. So I think that that's a good comparison. When you send Litecoin to a wallet and vice versa, is it instant? It's relatively instant over Bitcoin. Bitcoin takes an absurd amount of time because of the blocks. Litecoin is, I've never made a transfer with Litecoin to where it takes over, I want to say 5 minutes, possibly 7 minutes tops. And that's, at most of the time, it's usually a few minutes, under 3 minutes. But you know, Bitcoin takes a lot longer, period. Yeah, well, Chris Smith, if you want to make a lot of money with Chaincoin, you have to start $2 million. I think you'd be better off investing in any other coin but Chaincoin. And like I said, guys, I don't invest in 95%, at least 95% of all the coins, because there's no reason to ever put $1 into them. And then there's the select few that I've talked about on this channel that have massive potential. Yeah, Alan, I know. I'm sticking you. I'm holding you to your word there, Alan. I know you said that in my last live stream. I'll be making YouTube videos when it's at $250. How do I feel about Lisk? I think Lisk has a lot of room to grow. I know that it's on the Ethereum platform. I'm pretty sure. I haven't been keeping up with Lisk on that regard, but I'm pretty sure it's on the Ethereum platform. I do have Lisk. I do like Lisk. I do believe it's undervalued, and I think that we're going to see relative growth in comparison to Stratus with Lisk. So that's my thoughts on that. Funfair, I don't even know what Funfair is. I don't know what Funfair is. Where will Dash end up in all of this? I honestly could not tell you. I honestly could not. I mean, we can look at the charts real quick. I have actually, I've never really looked. I think I've looked at the charts once for Dash, but I've never really looked into it. I don't even know it's. Oh, it's Dash. We can check it out real quick. This is interesting. That doesn't look too appealing to me. You know, we do see, this is interesting, yeah. Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you where Dash is going to go after. See, August 1st is really based off of the speculation, fear, and all the stuff that's going around right now. So, but we can take certain pieces of the puzzle and put it together and kind of, you know, put an educated guess in on what's going to happen. But with Dash, you know, like I said, it doesn't have a lot of utilization purposes for transactions, and it's kind of just gain in value for no other reason but marketing. So that's why Dash is not on my top picks. And just from looking at this, it seems to be a little stable, but I don't know. Like I said, I think most altcoins, relevant altcoins, Dash is considered a relevant altcoin. If you have been in the cryptocurrency space for a little while, so I think that we could possibly see growth with Dash in the future. But I can't really speak on behalf of Dash. You guys already know where I stand on my altcoins and my favorites. And really, the favorites that I gave you guys are my favorites that I think we're going to see the most growth with and the most stability and outcome, biggest outcome. Dash does look, yeah, it does look pretty manipulated. You see a lot of thin candlesticks. That's a sign of pump and dumping. Hold on, let me see if we can do 1 week. So if you see these thin candlesticks, when they're quite large, it's usually a quick. It's very quick. It's because it opens up at a price. So if you look at this candlestick, well, let's look at this one. It opens up at a price, which would be $191.97, and then it closed at $191.97. But there wasn't really much move. Oh, no, that's a different candlestick. Sorry. It opened at 190 and it closed at 191. But it went down all the way to $184. You see that? So it opened at 191, closed at 191, but it went all the way down for some reason to 184. That is a prime example of pump and dumping, basically to weed out the weak hands and buy in real quick within a short period of time, making that thin candlestick. That thin candlestick is showing where this current period of time, where the price closed at. So it opened up here, it closed here, but for some reason it dropped all the way down to there. That's a nice, that's like a fast crash is what I would call it. Yeah, Dash has always had red flags with me too. That's why I'm not invested in it. I'm glad you guys are agreeing with me. I'm glad I'm putting good content out there. Thank you guys for tuning in and, you know, supporting my channel. I don't know anything about Cloakcoin. Ikonomi is going to blow up. I don't know anything about Ikonomi. They are smart developers. Marketing is the biggest thing in a business. If you don't have marketing, you don't have a business. I am a marketing major, actually. I have a business degree in marketing. And I'm actually, you guys already know from my other videos, I'm in the real estate industry. So you know, marketing is a huge thing that I have to do. And even with currencies, cryptocurrencies, it's a new thing. They have to advertise and market their coin. That's why ICOs are such a scam. They advertise the crap out of the coin and it ends up being a total scam. No surprise. If you have to market a currency like that has no actual purpose, there's no point in investing in it. Do I really think Litecoin could hit $2,500? Honestly, that first video, possibility. I mean, it depends on if it takes the lead and becomes the new actual best cryptocurrency. There's a possibility there, yes. But $2,500, I think most likely we won't see that price until quite a long time, within like 3 years probably. But it depends, it depends on how much money comes in the market. Like I said, there's going to be fat, massive adoption into the crypto space. So we could see anything happen. But $2,500 as of right now, I don't think we're going to see that anytime relatively soon. It just depends on the outcome of August 1st and all this crap with the hard fork and stuff. What do I think of this portfolio? Litecoin, Stratus, Lisk, and shares. That's a nice portfolio. It would be good to keep an eye on Bitcoin. Yeah, Stratus, Lisk, and shares. Those are really good. Those are good. That's a good pick, Tim. It's a good pick in my opinion. I hope you're doing your research too and making sure you have to. If you're going to invest in something, you want to know everything. You don't want to invest in something you know nothing about. You're asking to be shot in the foot. So I always invest in everything and research everything that I invest in and figure out everything about it and what the outcomes are going to be like so I can track it. So make sure you do that, guys. In the end, your money's not my money. Just saw this video in the chat. I'll check it out. Your other video, great content. Thank you. Great portfolio. Thank you. Yes, sir, Jimbo Slice. My takeover theory will settle if Bitcoin splits and then splits again. I think that's a very good possibility. I think if we see another if there's a great possibility after this first split that another split takes place, I will be even more keen on Litecoin taking the lead. But like I said, I think it's going to essentially take the silver position, the actual silver position, and gain in value to meet up with Bitcoin and follow its back very closely. And it would be Bitcoin and Litecoin will be best friends. I also have Bitcoin, Ripple, and Coin as my long-term investment. Good long-term investments. Bitcoin, I'm not in Bitcoin right now for long-term investments. Definitely, maybe it would be okay for a short-term investment right now, but in my opinion, I would wait it out until the dust settles. So that's my opinion on that. Ripple and Coin is a good long-term hold, absolutely. Ripple is a good long-term hold, and Litecoin is a very good long-term hold. But we have to keep up to date on these things. That's why you guys need to subscribe to my channel so that we can track these things. Because things change. You know what? We'll be right for so long, but me forecasting something that's me forecasting something that's 4 months down the road. What am I? What do I have, a crystal ball? You know what I'm saying? So it's like things change. So if you subscribe to this channel, I'll be able to update you guys and get you guys in the know of the next moves and what could possibly happen, what's going around. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like this video if you haven't already, if you're just tuning in, and chat in the chat box. I'm going to be closing off probably in like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to get some more questions in here, and then I'm going to be heading out. So if you guys haven't already, chat in the chat box, interact, ask questions, give your advice, give your personal opinions. I'd be happy to see it and read it. So interesting. Like I'm talking to a computer right now. It's so funny. I'm like talking to myself, but not really. I do not know of any cloud mining sites for Litecoin. I have not really mined coins. Once the difficult for mining Litecoin changes, do you think it will cause another dip in value? I'm not sure what. I don't think so. No, I'm not really sure what you mean entirely about about that either. Does split twice? We will see 1K. If Bitcoin does split in price, will we see 1K prices on Litecoin? Anything could happen. I mean, that's too far out. We need to wait until we see if there's going to be a second split. What do I think of Economy? Not a whole lot of discussion about it. I don't know anything about Economy. Maybe I can discuss it in my next live stream, but I don't know anything about it. I've heard of it actually a few times, but I don't know what it is. No problem, Prab. Thank you for tuning in. I'm feeling awesome. If you guys haven't already liked this video, comment in the chat box, subscribe to the channel. I get you guys updated frequently. Big things to come. Super excited. Genesis Mining has Litecoin, but last I checked, they were not available. Yeah, Genesis. Yeah, that is something that I did know. Genesis Mining has Litecoin, but it's out of stock to mine it. It's out of stock. I was looking into doing it actually, so because it was a good return on investment. Oh, Echo Man, you missed the whole live stream. You can definitely rewatch the live stream though. I'm gonna post it like as a video, like I always do, and then you can watch it. There's a lot of good content at the beginning of the live stream, and then I started, looking at the questions and stuff, and there's still good content in that as well. You guys just tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, interact in the chat box. When Bitcoin Cash is available for trade, how many minutes before it reaches less than $5? I give it about 10 minutes. With all the hate on the Bitcoin Cash and the community hating it and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down quite significantly in a fast period of time. So Genesis is still messed up right now. I'm not sure what you mean. Vercoin is mentioned. What is the other coin? There's another coin. Decred or whatever. The atomic swap is coming out soon for Litecoin as well. So the atomic swap and Mast, I think a lot of these things are just going to be like bam, bam, bam next month. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You got to think about it. Beginning of this year, Litecoin was like, what, $4? It's crazy. We've seen exponential growth. And there's still exponential growth to come, guys. It'll have everything Litecoin will have, and it's only 30 cents right now. Great investment for long term. Oh, Vertcoin. I've looked into Vertcoin, but it's just I might wait a little bit longer just to see where it goes or what happens. Or I like to wait before I start investing in something just to see the vibe, I guess. Because I don't like just jumping into something. I really like to take the time. If I'm going to put my money and other people's money into something, since you guys do know that I run a smaller scale hedge fund right now. So I just created it actually. Got to make sure I do my research. You'll have everything Litecoin will have, and it's only 30 cents. I already read that. Decred is also great too. I think Decred is a good investment. Charlie Lee has it in his portfolio, and I pretty much trust his portfolio, to be honest. Absolutely, we are in the wild, wild west of cryptocurrencies. It's going to make or break a lot of people and companies. That's why it's smart that these companies are being proactive and they're taking Litecoin as payment rather than Bitcoin right now because of the volatility and the craziness. Genesis got hacked? Oh man, that's crazy. I don't have Genesis. I'm not investing in it, so I don't know. That's unfortunate. Let's see real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and chart this out real quick. I just want to show you guys, just so you guys can make so it's clear. There's a lot of different charting patterns that I've seen with Litecoin. I'll probably end up showing all of them in the next live stream. There's been multiple patterns, and people think that there's a head and shoulders. Hold on, I'll show you guys. Head and shoulders forming. See, people think that this is going to be a head and shoulders. Losing my mind. Where is the head and shoulders pattern? So people think this is a thing. Now and that would be a bearish divergence for Litecoin. That's why I said we could see it go down a little bit. How down it will go. If you look at that, the end of this triangle, I think it's going to go down to, it could go down potentially to around mid 30s, which would be the end of that head and shoulders. And I mean, it could go down to 30, but like I said, you guys know where I stand on the future of this coin and what's to come. We've gone over everything in this video, this live stream. So But people are saying this is a head and shoulders, which it does look like it on the one-day pattern history. But you guys can see what I'm talking about. Triple bottom right there. That's a quite attractive. The triple bottom is quite attractive. It's like a heart rate. That is bullish. If you guys are just tuning in, I'm going to be cutting this live stream soon. You guys can watch the live stream. I'm going to post it as a video like it always does, and you guys can watch the content. I get started right at the beginning. So go ahead and you guys can do that after this. I'm going to check the chat box one last time. Yeah, all these rises and falls, we've seen nothing but stability, mostly with Litecoin. Yeah, the MIT is fake, Marcus. I went over that. It was debunked and taken down. Steven Rodriguez, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to make your own judgment on that. You can buy Bitcoin or you can buy Litecoin. I personally, my preference would be to buy Litecoin right now if I was gonna buy any coin because of the uncertainty. There is huge price manipulation. I went over that in my last video, and like I said, I had a comment in the last video about when it was about the price manipulation, telling me that it's not price manipulation. And of course, you know, faceless people on YouTube thinking they know everything wants to chip in. It was only one person, but it's kind of like ridiculous. It's like, are you kidding me? We're seeing more manipulation now than we've ever seen in the crypto space entirely. And for someone to say that there's not, it's like absurd. It's like blows my mind. I don't have Potcoin. I probably won't be getting Potcoin simply because it seems like a little bit of a sham. Even though it has risen in value, just I haven't seen too much significant use for it. Does seem interesting. Weed coin. The coin's high, so it doesn't really know where it's going. It's a couch potato coin. Yeah, just a lot of manipulation. I think I already went over that, Mills. You know, I think that the manipulation is happening because I think we're going to see a fat splash in the crypto markets as a whole, and Litecoin will most definitely be one of those to take on that splash. Yeah, the sell walls have been continuously growing. I talked about that in my last video. And this is great stuff to see. I know I've only showed it like once or twice. I mean, it speaks for itself. If you guys can read that, I don't know if you guys can read that. I don't know how good the quality is, but you can read. This is one website, and I think there's more than just these two that we've already seen in the past few days. Businesses accepting Litecoin, advocating Litecoin instead of Bitcoin, which is being proactive. This is a company, and there's another company I'll show you, and then I'm going to tune out. If you guys haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel for more updates, chat and interact in the chat box, and check out some of my other videos. And I'm going to show you guys this one real quick. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. It was my first video, BS. It was my first video that I laid out my favorite coins. And I've been saying it in my past live streams. I've been integrating more favorite coins. It used to be a top 5 pick, and now it's becoming a top 10 pick, honestly. Which is, there's definitely at least 10 out there that are going to make some nice moves to the upper side. A lot of people, man, a lot of people were feeling bullish. Even a YouTuber that I watch personally, and I'm sure even some of my followers have seen me comment on chat in the chat box when he does his live streams. Even he thought he was feeling very bullish about Bitcoin, and bam, in like less than 2 days, it went straight down. You can see for ourselves. So as of right now, it's really, you cannot be making relative predictions before August 1st, period. We're seeing manipulation. We're seeing a lot of things right now. And, I still love that YouTuber. I think he's fantastic. But, right around here, we were feeling bullish, and then it shot right down. And then we have forming a triple, it already has a triple bottom, just like Litecoin. That's what the good thing is. Litecoin's following Bitcoin's moves to the T very accurately, and it's very nice to see. It's like we're looking at the same coin. If you look at this, tell me if you can see the same coin or a different coin. Does that look similar? It looks almost identical from this recent history. So Litecoin, Bitcoin. And Litecoin hasn't really followed its pattern this closely. So yes, I did see something like that. Mills. Yeah, the Lightning Network is moving, Marcus. I was talking about earlier how it's making moves. Litecoin Network is silent but deadly. Honestly. I don't have Vercoin, Dubia. MTGOX stolen coins have been connected to BTCE exchange. Yeah, I did see something like that. Really, the exchanges are a bit scary. That's why I say to always hold your coins in a wallet, whether it's a hard wallet or an exchange. Not exchange. I'm sorry, not exchange. I'm losing my mind. A hard wallet or a desktop wallet, like the Litecoin Electrum or the Bitcoin Electrum. Exodus is okay. The Litecoin Core wallet is okay. But I use a Ledger myself, and it's also good to get a VPN, guys. Get a virtual private network. I always run a VPN. I run 2 VPNs. I run one from the modem, and I run one from my computer, and I have them on my iOS device, my iPhone. I always have a VPN running. I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm on the internet, I got a VPN running. It just heightens your security. You're less vulnerable to hacking. And I'm a computer geek, and I promise you, it is the #1 priority to have a VPN. 100%. I cannot stress it enough. Whether you're going to pay for one or you're going to create one. And it's so easy to get a VPN. It really is. And some are better than others, and some you don't have to pay that much over others. I do pay for my VPN on my phone, but my computers, I have custom VPNs. And I have a router that's literally geeked up as a VPN, so it's really nice. Most VPNs do keep logs, especially the ones that you pay for. So unless you're doing crazy stuff on the internet or whatever it may be, it's okay to be paying for them, and it's not the biggest deal to have them logging it. But there is an ability for some virtual private networks that you can pay with Bitcoin, so it's practically untraceable. So that would be an opportunity. And there's a few VPNs that accept Bitcoin. And the VPN that I personally use right now for, well, I don't pay for a one on the computers. I have my own, but the one that I pay for on my phone is called Hotspot Shield. It's relatively expensive, but it's the best one in my opinion for devices. Now, creating or formulating your own VPN is quite difficult. It takes a little bit of knowledge. But if I was going to refer someone to pay for a VPN, I did pay for a VPN for my office computer for quite a while until I did my own on that one. But the best one for computers, in my opinion, is the private internet access VPN. It's like a little Android-looking symbol, little buddy guy. That's my favorite one if I was to pay for one. So, and I'll show you guys. I'll actually pull it up on the live stream so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. And you guys can, I'm obviously not getting paid for this because this wasn't even a topic of the video, but I'll pull it up right now. So this is the one I'm going to show you guys on the live stream. Pull it up into a window. You guys can see that. So it is called, hold on one second. What happened? Yeah, it's called Private Internet Access. It's relatively cheap. Nexus, I've been looking at Nexus. Nexus seems pretty okay, in my opinion. Hold on. One second, guys. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my window. Hold on one second. That new computer is confusing. Hold on one second. You guys want to, if you're just tuning in, you guys can check out this live stream from the beginning. We're kind of wrapping things up right now, but here, this is actually a better. I'm gonna pull this up into the browser real quick. This is actually better. I found the browser finally. Here's an explanation of this VPN. It's quite nice. Relatively cheap, good VPN. Do some research. You know, you can look up the best VPNs for. You can look up the best VPNs, but this is my favorite when I used it. This kind of gives you the pros, cons, bottom line. It's more realistic. I like PC Mag, so they have a good explanation. Wall's building back up. This wall was very weird the other day. Quite the manipulation. There's the Head and Shoulders that people are talking about, but feeling bullish. You guys already know what I've talked about in this video. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be heading out now. Make sure if you're just tuning in now to watch the beginning of the live stream. A lot of good content. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Like this video. Share the word. Share my videos on whatever you want. Get the word out there. And I will be coming back to you guys with another live stream very soon. Take care, and thank you for tuning in.